Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to today. I am just hanging out here drinking some coffee. I'm off today. I've got a whole day off by myself from like 8 a.m. to like midnight, and I'm all for it. I need more of those days. I need every day. I need all day, every day to be like that. So we'll get into that. But I'm just hanging out today. I might go out later to the park. Kind of want to do something. I want to get out of the house. I don't really have any ideas of like content I want to do today, so I'm just having a day chilling. I love this. I'm obsessed with this jacket. I just got it from Shein. I got it yesterday. Bought a few things. We'll do a little haul. I'm wearing the matching pants. I've it's like a whole set, and I love this. So it's fun. It's cropped, so it's kind of like the cut off fringiness. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really cute. I'm giving like grandma's couch at the beach. People always say I dress like a grandma, and I'm fine with that. I did buy a few things. Might as well let's just make this a little haul from Shein. Oh my god, I have bought so much stuff, and I don't know where it all is right now, but this is like what I got yesterday, including this jacket. I got this corduroy teddy bear bag with a matching hat for fall. I'm all about my sets. I got this leather hat with the leather bag. I was really thinking fall. And I bought this outfit because the model was wearing it and he was kind of cute and the outfit looked cute. Will I ever wear this out and about? Probably not. Maybe more so the jacket, because varsity jackets are always in style. But it's like a cropped. It's giving justice. It's giving like justice. It's 7th grade and first day of school is coming up. So, and then this fun little cheetah print heart casual pant. I was thinking Valentine's Day. Red's a big color into fall anyways. Well, more so in burgundy direction, but it's fine. So it's going to be cute for fall. And I have some other things. Like there's some pants. I bought these pants on the last shipment of Shein, and it's a similar pant to this. Same design, like that jacquard, I don't know what it's called. The embroidery looking stuff, but more of the reds and yellows and oranges color palettes. So we fashionable this fall. We are fashionable. It sucks I don't have anywhere to go with that stuff, but it's cute. It makes me look and feel good, and we just like to shop and buy material things to fill the void. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been a whole hoopla, guys. I don't know. We've been living here. We've been living in this apartment now, I believe this week or last week. For a year now, we've been here. And I just feel like it's not what I expected, which is fine. We live and we learn. Everything's a living and we learn, and everything that I'm going through in my life, I try to tell myself every single day, there's a reason why you are not where you want to be or you think you need to be. And it also doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen. It's just you're not ready yet. The universe has its funky ways of working, and God's got his ways. I've always been a firm believer in that. No matter how many times I get mad or impatient, or I'm praying every night and I'm talking to all them above, like, what are you guys doing to me? Like, why are you trying to make me hate myself, make me feel like, what is the reasoning behind that? Everything happens for a reason, so you want me to like hate myself so much for this, if for not putting myself first? And why am I putting myself through this? Why are you putting me, like, you get those thoughts and questions, and you start second guessing a lot of things, where you're just like, why, God, are you making me go through all of this to make me hate myself, to make me feel stronger in the end somehow, some way? But, and it will work out no matter what. And then you will then be like, well, okay, I had to go through all this shit to get to the good point. You go through all this crap and you think it's not going to happen. Like, you're not going to get where you need to be, but then you do. Like, been there, done that. So I know I will get to where I need to be. It's just a lot of, I guess it's building strength, resilience, rebellion. I don't know. I'm very impatient right now with it, but I'm trying to trust the journey of where I'm at. But back to like living here for a year. It's just like living here in the city here. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. It's not what I thought it was going to be at all. And maybe, there are a couple of reasons why. I think it has to deal with finances. Has to deal with the fact that my relationship has to be I think those are the two main things, because I was thinking like me being here, I was going to go out a lot more. I was going to make friends. I was going to do something with fashion. My career was going to kind of take off in that direction-ish, even though I work retail. But, like, I was thinking I was going to make it fun, make it like a fashion-forward thing, like make it fun with my content, and just none of the above. None of the above. I've struggled financially, kind of. Like, yes, I got a roof over my head, but, it's not like I'm with the most social person. Sorry, he's gonna hate me for that. But it's like I am afraid to talk to people. You just have that fear, that uncertainty of who you can talk to, who you can make friends with. Can you go out to like a bar or a club and just come home whenever? No, but I feel like it'd be a whole lot different if I was single. It's like single in the city, like we'd be doing shit. And then I also think about my journey in general, where it's been like 5 years now of me being in the same place mentally, and at some point it's like you question yourself, like, okay, what is wrong with you that you can't do that? Like, why can't you speak up? Why are you so afraid to make that move that will change everything and make that risk that's gonna get you to better, to do for you, to better yourself for you and for others? Because by you not standing up for you or not opening up to other people, you're hurting other people down the road. You're hurting other people, yes, got it. But it's easier said than done. But why can that not click? Why are you not, you acknowledge it, you know it. Why aren't you doing it? So there's like, you start to question yourself. At some point, been questioning myself for 5 years. I've been in the same place. And I think, and I try not to keep going back to my past relationship, but it stems right back to my past relationship where I feel like I hadn't fully healed. And I saw something last week that says you don't ever fully heal. Got it. You just kind of, and I've had to mold myself. I've had to, really make some changes mentally and try to build myself back up. And just, I'm a cold-hearted bitch nowadays. I just don't have that emotion in me anymore. I don't have that love. I'm not lovey-dovey like that. I've just been molded. I've just been so mentally torn and like left for dead in the past. And, I'll try to give a timeline. And, and it's not fair to my boyfriend now because I know he's like, we're complete opposites. He's so like lovey-dovey, let's do this, all this. And I don't want to do anything. I just want to be left alone. I want to be alone a lot of the time. I just want to, and he knows that. We've had discussion, but we don't like discuss because if we go farther and farther, so it's, communication's not good. But, and I know I'm like a douchebag for all this. I'm very hard on myself for how I feel, and I should not feel so guilty and bad about the thought process that I have and for doing what's best for me or for wanting to do what's best for me, but I don't because I know it's going to upset other people. It's not going to agree with other people's perceptions, how they think things are going to be, how they see you, how they think you need to do life just based on how they do life or what they've been through. So it's understandable, but it's also a problem. It takes two to tango. So I've always, I think for the most part, have like been acknowledge my own part, that I am part of the problem and I am doing suffering. I'm doing the suffering and making up, I'm like, it's like a whole hoopla, but like time-wise, like let's go through a timeline, I guess, since we're in therapy this morning. I feel like this is my therapy. And I'm trying not to be like over dramatic. I know a lot of the times too, I'm like, I'm just that person, but I feel like I don't like to be that person as much. But, I'd rather be interesting than boring. Anyway, I'm a character, guys. I give my own main character energy in my life. Because you need to. Anyway, what is in that? Okay, so since we're in therapy, timeline. Life was great. Pre-relationships. 2013, I was living my best life. I was 18 years old, 18 turning 19. I was in my prime. YouTube, I was getting views. I was such in my creative young era. And you do need to live and learn. You need to have experience. I have not had much experience in relationships because I didn't want a relationship. It was not on the radar. I just never thought of it. I had like a little summer fling in 2012. But like, you're young, you're immature. At least for me, I know people's growths, and like, I grew up very sheltered from the world, so it made me lack. It was always a blessing and a curse. I lacked a lot of social skills, and not, I feel like a lot of people in my generation, I guess, grew up faster than me, and even to this day, it's made me feel different. But it also, being sheltered had taught me my true love for myself, my independence, and learning how to build that foundation. That was like my advantage. But either way, that summer fling in 2012, I feel like I was very immature. And even in my first serious relationship, which we'll get to, I was very immature, not knowing, like, I knew I cared for people. I knew that I loved somebody. Okay, let's fast forward to 2014. I met my first everything, my first real love. The day I met him, I was like, that's my husband, that's my life. I was lovey-dovey. And during that time of us talking, we talked for 10 months. Again, I didn't have the experience. So I'm learning all of these things for the first time. I cared about somebody, I loved somebody, but I guess to him, I didn't know how to show it. I wasn't taking the initiative, or I just, I wasn't showing it the way he wanted me to show, or I guess the way it should be shown. But it didn't mean that I didn't love him or I didn't care for him. I guess I didn't know how to properly do it. So I always feel bad for that, because, we had something clearly we had something amazing. But while we were talking, we talked for about 10 months before we got together. I was learning what jealousy was. I was learning what my insecurities were at that time. I was learning, like, oh my God, how to change my image to get him to like me. Unfortunately, you do these things to live and you learn. You don't know any better. I love this man. I cared about him. That was the rest of my life. So I was willing to do anything for him. You live and you learn not to do that, because the right person will just accept you for all of it. But anyway, so whatever. Fast forward, we get, I'm getting the relationship. We're in the relationship. Things are great. I'm crazy. I understand. I look back at my vlogs of us and videos. I'm like, oh my God, I look like a freaking mess. But, again, I'm in my now early 20s. I spent my early 20s with him. I'm learning life. I'm figuring out life. I'm figuring out myself, what I want for myself. I'm going to the club a little bit. I'm having a good time with my friends. He's already older. There's a 5-year difference. He's already older. He's already hitting 30. And I'm in like 21, 22. And he's like 27, 28, whatever. But he's a little bit more mature. He had been through more things. So he's like we're opposites. He had a whole new mindset, different mindset. So long story short, it just, it got toxic through the years. He was doing things because of me, and I was doing things because of him. Like, I can acknowledge my part of it. And it takes two to tango, and I feel like that's people don't understand that enough when it comes to healing, because if you don't fully heal yourself, it's a never-ending cycle of toxicity. If you don't heal yourself enough, you're bringing your issues from your past relationship to the next relationship. So now you are turning into your ex, and you are causing your new partner or boyfriend or whatever to become who you are. So it's a never-ending cycle that people don't realize. And I'm talking as if I'm a therapist or something, but I've come to understand, like, epiphany in my head, like, oh my God, it makes sense. We can't properly heal, so now we're recycling on to the next, and now we are becoming our exes, and now our future partners are becoming us, and it's never ending unless you figure out who you truly are and what you really need to do for yourself. And I know you don't fully heal, like I've said earlier, but there's enough healing that needs to be done to where you're not causing the next person a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. That makes sense? Okay. So now fast forward, 2019 is where all this shit happens. I turned 25 and my life went downhill mentally. Okay. And not to say like I've had good years. Last year was a good year. Like, I've had good moments in time, but I know ever since then, that breakup, I hadn't been the same person, and life had not had the same meaning to me since. So I don't know how to heal myself. I'm getting all of these emotions and feelings for the very first time. So I'm very angry. I'm very mad at the world. I'm very angry with myself. of course, things had happened, that's causing me to just really hate myself, lash out every way that I could to make my ex like mad or upset. Like I was trying to get back, like, and that's a problem too. So I'm learning, and then it's such a unfortunate strong thing when you just, well, not really, I don't know. I was just, it took a long time, but I eventually came to terms with it, and it takes a strong MFer to really just be like, you know what? We've been through all this shit. I'm going to support you in the newbie. Okay? And, it takes, it kills you inside to that it gets to that point, but you have to try to learn to humble yourself no matter what. I don't carry hatred in my heart, but I mean, it's very deep with me and that stuff, but I still had not been the same. And I feel like I still had not fully healed because I didn't know how. I'm learning all these things. So as I had ideas and plans like, oh my God, I'm single for the first time in like ever in a weird way, that I'm older-ish, and but now COVID is here, and now I can't go out. You can't learn, you can't be single, you can't really figure things out. I mean, people you could have. I still went out with friends and stuff. We went to like each other's houses, and we were having parties in the living room, even though you weren't supposed to, because but in a weird way, I feel like I never had the chance to fully process stuff because in the middle of COVID, I met my now boyfriend, and through him, I was starting to heal and stuff, but after a while, I was like, I can't depend on another person to heal or love myself. I got to figure it out on my own, but you can't because you're in a relationship. So when you're in a relationship, two becomes one, and I'm not that person anymore. So as the years got on, now like early 2020s, I started getting this fire inside of me of wanting more in life, and I'm starting to grow and figure myself out, like kind of outside of a relationship standpoint. But now I understand you can't, because a relationship is honestly a mental conservatorship. So you start to lose yourself. Like I felt myself again going back downwards. So these last few years, I feel like my life had not been fulfilled. I haven't done a lot of things. I feel like I wasted my last half of 20s just stressing and trying to heal myself in a weird way. I'm in this new relationship that I'm just not feeling 100%, not because of him. So that's what's unfair to my boyfriend now. Like, it's nothing he's doing. It's just like, I'm unhappy with my life. I'm not living a fulfilled life, and I kind of just want to do more for myself. But again, it's hard when you're with somebody, but I haven't been able to man up enough to have those tough conversations. We have had those conversations, and it led to very dark things, very dark, sad conversations. We even had a brief breakup a few years back, and I feel like that was the best thing that could have happened for me. I was like, oh my God, finally, I'm single now. I'm figuring myself out as this older person now, late 20s. Now, because I just want to I feel like I just hadn't had the time to really be grown and mature enough to go out on my own, do what I want, when I want. Again, because I feel like now I've been sheltered. And now I've been in relationships my entire 20s, not like my entire adult life. I've been with somebody, not knowing how to be on my own, depending on somebody helping you financially, unfortunately. Excuse me, somebody always being there. We had a brief breakup, but during that brief breakup, me and my ex reconnected a little bit, but that didn't work. I met this new guy that I really liked, but it scared me. So I kind of backed off because of how healthy it was. So I was like, oh my God. So again, that was my problem. I've just been involved with a man like forever now. And it looks like I need somebody, because that's how it looks. And I don't. I'm so independent. And I've seen these things online where if you're overly independent, which I am, it's because of being let down and going through like trauma stuff. And I feel like, oh my God, that makes sense. And now in today's time, 2024, 5 years later, I'm still in the same place of not feeling like I've lived life. And that's such a sad feeling. I wanted to do traveling by myself. I wanted to go out and make friends, make connections, go out to clubs or bars, not to get shit-faced, but you meet people, you just get social. I'm very outgoing and social in that way. It just depends on the environment. I'm very introverted, but extroverted around the right people. I'm very on the energies, very big on the energies. But, I don't know. It's just it's been like a whole thing. And I just, That is on my that's it is on my that's my therapy session. There was something else I was gonna say and I forgot. It lost. But I feel like as the years keep going on, I'm just keep getting more and more sad about things. I'm getting more upset with myself that I can't be a strong person for myself and for others to make that move that's gonna help us all in the end. Because I think it's in my hands. And it's just I always felt like when I try to do things what's best for me because it doesn't involve other people, I'm guilt tripped into staying into something where I'm just not 100%. But if I try to go, people are gonna always say, "Well, you gave up," and so you're it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. So this last year or two, I feel like I'm What's the word? Reverting back to my childhood tendencies of when I was sheltered, because I feel very sheltered right now, of all I did when I was a kid was just be alone, make videos, climb trees, be outside. And I'm looking at my life now and oh my God, I'm doing the same thing that I did because I feel sheltered and trapped and caged, restricted. And even though I'm not, but I feel like it. So like, what do I do on my days off now? I'm making videos every time. I'm in my room, I'm dancing, I'm like going to the park, I'm making videos. I'm like, oh my God, I'm back to my childhood. Like, oh my God, like we have a case here and we need to like crack the code and try to figure our life out because this is not how I see my life. I feel like I'm better than this. I could do so much better in my life for me. Like, I feel like to make that first step, I have to I gotta make that first hard decision. That's gonna be better. I wanna just be better for me and for others because as long as I'm not doing what's best for me, I feel like I'm just hurting people or like upsetting people. Or I upset people regardless if I wanna do what's best for me because they don't agree with it. So it's like I'm always made to feel guilty for doing what's best for me. Like even when me and my boyfriend had our brief breakup, he was making me feel guilty that I was just so happy now living my best life. And I was. And I didn't have any emotions because I don't have any emotions left to give. I don't. And that's my fault or my problem. I mean, at some point you need to start working on you and not blaming other people. It's been how many years now and I'm still like, okay, at what point, I mean, it's a very serious thing. Mental health we're talking about. That this is my mental health battle that I'm going to, but I was made feel during that time I was made to feel guilty about doing what's best for me because I mean it didn't help that we talked every day. I mean I will always stay friendly with my exes and maybe that's a problem, but I'm always so nice. I'm always too nice. It's just a real thing. And I was made to feel guilty and just like because I was out having a good time. I was doing what I want when I want, and I guess that you could look at that as childish or immature because like when I'm by myself, I am very probably unhealthy, excited. Like today, I'm by myself until like midnight because he's got two jobs things going on today and I'm like, oh, like I'm like a kid in the candy shop and maybe I shouldn't be that excited that I'm by myself so I can because when I'm by myself I'm so picture focused and clear on everything about myself and like my life and what I do a lot of thinking and reflecting in a more mature manner nowadays versus how I used to do. But it's like I know I should enjoy a relationship when I'm in one or like company, but I just feel like so defeated still because of like me not being able to just be by myself and figure stuff out. And I think it should be more normalized that we break up or let things be in the name of mental health or to do what's best for us, even if it means hurting other people in that moment. But not hurting them, but love. I always hear love enough to let go, and people don't believe in that. And it makes sense too. People will defend that and argue that if you love somebody, you don't let them go, you fight for it. And I don't believe that anymore because I tried that and it didn't work. Personal experience, but doesn't mean it won't work in other situations. I got it. But for me, I begged and begged for somebody to stay, for my future husband to stay, for him to not putting the business out there. But anyway, I tried. I begged and cried and cried and tried to get him to stay. and work this out, because I too believed if you, like our grandparents, different generations now, but my grandparents married for 70 years, can't stand each other nowadays, but they're not going to divorce at 90 or whatever. They've been together for like almost 70 years, anniversary, 70th anniversary coming up or whatever. And I was like, I want that. I want it, like, no matter what, you're supposed to just stay, work it and figure, like, if you love each other. But, and, I'm 50-50 on that, but, like, I don't believe, because it will turn manipulative if somebody keeps saying that. If you love somebody, you make them stay. But I'm not happy, so why would I want, like, keep putting myself through that? So it's like, it's like a whole thing, but we should be able to make it more normalized to do things in the name of what's best for us, for our mental health. And I don't mean that in such a negative, like in such a hatred or like, I'm so not that person. I've never been that person where this comes from like an angry or malice intent. And I think a lot of people also will take their personal whatever perceptions or based on what they've been through and use that or make that look like what I'm doing is coming from a hatred place, if that makes sense. And I always feel bad. Like my heart broke when, believe it or not, when we had our breakup. Like I was sad. I don't show it anymore, that's gone. But like but I felt so awful because I don't want to see him cry, or I don't want issues. I don't want him to hate me. I don't ever want anybody to hate me or be disappointed. And I'm thinking, oh my God, the family's going to hate me, or like his friends, because who knows what he's going to say to his friends, and they're going to be like that bitch to me. And I still think about that at times with my ex. And I love and adore his family still nowadays. Like, like if any of them were to call me and be like, hey, like if I need you, like I would be there. I would. I'm just that person. I've got that big heart. And, I would do the same thing to my now boyfriend if we ever break up. But I'm just like, anything I do, I always move with a good intention. And if I don't, I will say that I don't. Or, and I have had those moments. Like, none of us are perfect. But I think for me, and it helps for me that I have a lot of this journey in my life on video that I can look back and kind of, review and just kind of learn from me, So, and that's the reason why I film too my videos, or I share like my journey and stuff, because I know everyone's story is different, but I think we can all relate to a lot of things, or be like, oh my God, I can see that. I'm having the same situation. I'm not quite having the same situation, but I see, you can kind of learn still. So I try to help. I want to help people out, but I just, no matter what I do, it's going to upset somebody or piss somebody off. And you just have to accept that fact. But it's just a hard thing. So, my whole mental health right now is like a non-stop roller coaster. And I just want to get off the ride. And I just want to do me for a bit. And it's just hard. So that's where I'm at. So, I was going to talk about fashion today, like fashion trends for fall. I'm not getting into this. This whole video is about my therapy session. That's it, guys. I have nothing else to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment down below on anything. What are your thoughts on this whole thing? How do you feel about whatever situation? And let's have an open discussion. I'm always for it. And learning and seeing what other people have to say about it, or what they're going through and how they feel about things. So leave a comment down below. We'll have a conversation, and that'd be that. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.